so we're back. One person had to fly out today. Alex, Patrick, Brian, Jake, and we're doing our presentation on Flower, which we've been working on for the past year. So, all right.
So we added a few things in the past few weeks, so we've been working on. We have a demo for you at the end of this presentation, but right here is a picture of the new input thing we have. I guess a requested feature that Morthy had was zooming out so that you could see all the nodes of the flowchart while you were making the flowchart. So with this here, you can zoom out, zoom in, and it had several advantages over the original input that we had. The original one, just the way it was structured, you couldn't zoom out, and it was kind of straightforward, and in a way that made it less confusing and faster. But with the new one, as I said before, you can zoom out, and it's a little less restricting. So the user can brainstorm their entire flowchart as they're making it.
Alright, and as far as the first test app, which we've been working on for the past few weeks, we're including both interfaces and 3 different templates for the user to display their chart in and see how it looks. And then we're also allowing the user to save their chart as a PNG or embed the code into another website. And it should be at flower.me next week.
It's a little a side thing that resulted from Flower is that we had to design a tool to analyze the graphs that we were using for our flowcharts. For example, counting the number of nodes or connections between nodes and things such as that. So with that, we got a way to, I guess, another tool to analyze just graphs in general. These are other attributes that the tool is going to check. Outgoing, incoming counts, edges, whether the graph would be acyclic or cyclic. See if the graph is a tree or just a general graph or anything.
So
I just have some ideas for things to start working on. Is currently we just only have those 3 templates, but to make a few more, such as a cycle, like if you just have a graph that's just a cycle, continuous process or something, have a nice template for that. Also something like a web, like you just have the central node and just a bunch of things sort of going out recursively, as opposed to a tree where it's just at the top and goes down like that. Other thing that would be really nice that hopefully we can add in is some of the flowcharts after you make them, instead of it just being like rendered as an image, to have the option to sort of edit it to make a few little tweaks at the end. And by doing that, you would have to like make the nodes draggable, and then you could just sort of have the option to just edit it at the end, just sort of switch around the nodes, maybe add a few more in certain places so you get it exactly how you want it to look, and then save it.
Alright, and a side project that Alex has been working on is combining the new interface and analysis functions to create a visual tool for learning graphs. And we're thinking about adding it as an advanced menu in the test app, but it's in its really basic stages, so we don't have it here. Alright, so now we'll go over a demo. This is kind of what the site is going to look like. So I'll reload it. Got our nice little intro graphics. And then you go up and you hit create, and we've unified all the colors on it so they all match. So I'm going to make my flowchart. What do you guys want a flowchart about? Let's say, why join Arcos? Yeah? Alright, so, are you computer oriented? Yes? No? Maybe? If you are, then yeah, you should join Arcos. If you're not, well, still you should join Arcos, because then you can learn about computers. And if you might be, well heck, join Arcos anyways. It's really great. So then we go up and we hit view, and we've got 3 different templates that you can choose from. So we'll go with, just go through the list. Standard will come up like this. It's still kind of broken. Been working on getting the complete demos together. But you can see that it's trying to route all these all these arrows to this node right here. We'll go to diagnostic, and it comes up with this interface, which will be especially useful for iPhones because they have a small screen. So, are you computer oriented? Yes. Join Arcos. No. Join Arcos. Maybe. Join Arcos. And then finally, we've got our tree, which is going to give me an error when I try to pull it up because it is not a tree. Anyways, and then we're going to have our sharing feature, which we'll be able to save as a PNG, and
Which we do have working, but we couldn't put it in demo.
yeah. And
So will that sharing site be a site where everybody can?
yeah,
Yeah.
so
Load,
that's what we're intending. We're going to have it up at alpha by the end of next week. And I'd like to give a big thank you to Morthy, Shauna Sullivan, and everyone at Arcos for making this possible. Are there any questions?
When you brought up this thing, automatically gave you yes, no, maybe. Does
Yeah.
it have some sort of way to look at the whatever you wrote to check for decisions, or does it just go yes, no, maybe?
No, it doesn't check for decisions. Mostly, I mean, we put in yes, no, maybe because like those are the most common ones that come up in a chart or in a decision chart.
Possible
And,
for other?
I mean, it's possible because like you go over and you can edit it, so you can make it so like you know. But we might. I mean, that might be a cool side project to add in like text analysis and then put
So
in
how, can you make a simple while loop?
a simple what?
While
Oh yeah. If my computer science doesn't fail me, I'll edit and I'll say var I equals, or false, I'll say. True, I'll say. And then I'll go over and I'll say I less than, or I equals true. If so, then let's say continue doing something. And then I'll link back and continue. Oh no, that's the false one. Then you can link back to here. Yeah, that text doesn't show up because during some of the color conversions it doesn't show up. And if I is not,
correct one?
or well, so you know if you get in here, you keep going until that.
Yeah, so we got loops inside the chart. It's kind of hard to see that colors up.
Oh, it actually does.
So, is it that you can only have things pointing from one color to the other color, or
No, you can have it pointing from whatever color you want.
so?
It would be better to have I equals true, have a yes and no attached to it. That's
Yeah. That's why we're gonna put it on alpha so you guys can do it.
Are the arrows color coded when you link stuff? Because like if you
Yeah.
have-
So all right. So here's the link. If you go over an arrow, it says what it links
Oh, okay.
to. So
yeah, that's fine. That
you
was-
can be like way over in a chart and then see where you're linking it to.
Because I'm thinking like, yeah, it's really complicated links, like you have things going to and from a bunch
Yeah,
of different
exactly.
websites. That's good.
Any others?
So it looks like you're doing that all with just hotkeys. Is there like a description of the hotkeys you've used?
Yeah. So I'm gonna make a little tutorial thing that comes up the first time that the person uses the site. And I mean, I might have it like come up where they're like they hit H and that's help, and it comes up with little hotkeys. But right now the hotkeys are A for add, D for delete, E for edit, and T for edit title.
Well, hopefully there's also a button for help besides the H button.
Yeah. All right, great.